I'ma fuck the summer up. I'ma fuck the summer up. I'ma fuck the summer up.
What is going on, everyone? It is Gia here and back with another Ask a Millennial video. I want to talk about the importance of young people and millennials getting involved in our democracy, aka politics, civic engagement, community service, being involved in your community. Now, I'm 25, I'll be 26 next month, October 15th, and I have been involved in civic engagement, community service, pretty much my whole life because of my grandparents and how my family raised me. I first started getting involved in politics. I was in 3rd grade. This was during the Al Gore presidential campaign. Of course, he did not win that campaign, and it was the controversy with Florida. And I remember being in 3rd grade, going with my grandparents, whether it was their union meetings or canvassing communities, knocking doors, and just being involved at an early age. As time went on, by the time I was always looking at the news, because again, my grandparents raised me. So by the time 2007, 2008 rolled around, my grandparents were back on the trail, knocking doors, getting ready for Obama and Biden. And before that, 2003, 2004, knocking doors for John Kerry. These were things that I grew up on. And I think it's really important that as young people and millennials and late Gen Xers, we start making our voices and opinions heard and letting people know these are our wants, our needs, our concerns, our issues. This is what's going on in our communities, in our lives, and this is where we want to focus on. And it's also important that we hold elected officials, politicians, public servants accountable. And we hold them accountable and we vote. So this video, I want to encourage young people, millennials, late Gen Xers, people in general, get involved in your community, locally, statewide, federally. And you don't have to do it all at once, but consider it. Because when we look at student loan debt, that's greatly affecting millennials and young people everywhere. When we look at living wages and people being able to make a decent income, when we look at people having access to quality, universal, inclusive health insurance, healthcare that you can afford, that's going to take care of your mental, your physical, your dental, all of it, your vision. These are things that are on our mind. When we look at infrastructure, those of you who know, I live in Flint, Michigan, born and raised, and I still live in Flint. 4 years later, we still don't have access to clean, suitable drinking water. Our infrastructure is falling apart, whether it's from the pipes, to the roads, to the buildings, to the bridges, and so forth. These are things that matter. We cannot live and thrive without necessities such as water, such as education, such as healthcare, such as infrastructure, and I'm a millennial. I have $45,000 worth of student loan debt, and it keeps climbing and climbing and climbing because of interest. And how are we supposed to pay that debt off when we're not making enough money in the careers and the jobs that are available to us? Why is college astronomical in the first place? Why are we paying an arm, a leg, a torso, an entire body to get a piece of paper? So these are concerns and things that matter to a lot of us, but particularly just some that come to my mind. So I'm encouraging young people this election season and for life, implement this into your life. Let's get involved in our communities. Let's give back and pay it forward. Let's vote with our minds and integrity and our souls and hearts. Let's hold elected officials accountable. And on top of that, to the political arena, you need to make sure that young people and millennials are in leadership positions, that you're supporting them as well. You need to make sure young people and millennials are also being put on slate tickets so we can elect folks that look like us, that can relate to us, that are in the same age group to elected positions. Because again, you really can't share our perspectives unless you have people like us in those seats. So to cut this video before it gets super long, I'm encouraging young people to get involved in their communities, in politics, in democracy. Closed mouths don't get fed. And I always would hear, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. All right? So it's time for us to hold people accountable and also be accountable. Get involved and find out how you can change your community.